Christ is the message of love, and it's the message of love towards you who are a stranger that are helping me to think about myself, and the message of love for men who love men and women who love women. And I mean, and that's, I mean, they love each other, they're not killing each other. So what's
No, it's not. Look, it's not just about love or lust. It's about what is righteous in the eyes of God. Okay? It is not about love or lust only. Because you see, a union between two people is not just love or just lust or just to have children. When two people are in a relationship, a lot of things are factored in. Yes? One of them is having children. Yes? One of the reasons people get married is so they have children and they procreate and they continue their race or their whatever the family line is. You see? So what I'm saying is that if God has condemned this practice, then who are we to say it is right? You see? Like tomorrow they'll say it's okay for a mother and a son to sleep with each other. Incest. How do you know? 100 years, 150 years from today, people who are same sex in this country, they used to kill them. Why? Because they said, like you just now, that there's no way they would do that. That is right. Tomorrow, in fact, there are many European countries who already want to legalize incest and even bestiality. Sleeping with animals. Human cravings will never end. And they say, oh, we love each other, the mother and son. Why can't we sleep with each other? Who are you to tell us how we should love? Yeah, this is what you need to go and look up. Because there are many people in Europe and even other places, I think, where they want to legalize this. But if this was the case, then will you use the same argument that they are just loving each other? They're not harming anyone? Would you use the same argument? Why can't you use the same? Why can't they use the argument that you're using for the same-sex marriages? Of no harm, just love. Mother and son, or mother, yes, and daughter, and father and son, or father and daughter. Incest, basically, yeah. Why can't? I really want to know from your liberal secular point of view, why can't they use the same argument of love? Because you find it disgusting, isn't it? You find it disgusting. The way your expression tells me that this is disgusting. This is something that you would never consider because it's against your culture, your tradition. Not only your religion, but even your culture, your tradition. Even the secular liberal view you're espousing, it even goes against that right now. But come 20 years from today, who knows, Maybe when you and I are grandparents, maybe it might be different that time. See what I mean? So I really want to know, what would you use as an argument against them if they say they're doing it for love? Yeah. I wouldn't. I would just say it's wrong. Because you see, for humans, we have subjective views, yeah? So what might be good for you might be bad for me, yes? So we are like billions, 7 billion people out there. Everyone will have their own views. Can you imagine the chaos you will have if everyone just lives the way they want? Like even in a liberal secular society, we have certain laws, certain boundaries, yes, which we cannot cross, and which we, like incest, for example, the example you gave, you will not cross that boundary because it goes against your culture.
Yeah. So you would say the same thing of same-sex.
In fact, not only same sex. I would say the same thing, even about the same sex. If they're having sex outside of marriage, even that is wrong. Because you're still going against the will of God by fornication, by adultery. If you're having sex with someone you're not married, then that is adultery. Yes? Or fornication. And that is also wrong. So you see, like I said, the law of God applies to everyone. Homosexuals, heterosexuals, whatever your orientation is. If it is not according to the will of God, then because I agree with what God says and I subscribe to that. So for me, that is wrong as well.
So what about if a woman gets married with a woman and then they have sex? Would that be okay?
No, because that is not.
God would not allow
Yeah,
their marriage.
that is something that is not according to the will of God.
Their marriage.
Yeah, if God wanted the same-sex people to get married, He would have mentioned it. But the fact that he mentions the opposite, that this is something which is abominable, and this is something that is he would never agree. He rejects it. Yes, and like I said, in the Old Testament and also in the Quran, there's punishments for people who who are who are actually indulged in this. And like I said, even the same sex, even if they are heterosexual and they are not married and having sex, that is also wrong. Exactly, yeah. So, like I said, it's consistent. It's not like specifically for these people. Yeah, because for us, like I said, we have subjective views, and we can all make up many things, from our desires, from our own understanding. Yeah, just a bit here. Sorry. Yes. So what I'm saying is that if you obey the will of God, because He created us, He knows us, right? So don't you think instead of listening to hundreds of people, I would just listen to one who knows me, who has created me, and He knows what is right for me and what is wrong for me. And there are other things which are prohibited in Islam, like alcohol, gambling, and also anything that harms your body. Like even food, many people eat fatty food that harms your body, and if you know it and you're doing it deliberately, that is also sinning. You see? Take alcohol, for example. Alcohol and gambling. These are things which today kill a lot of people. Millions, millions. More than any wars today. Yes? But today, the governments and every country, also at least most of the countries, except for a few Islamic countries, they are prohibited it. So these majority countries who have not prohibited it, then they don't really care about you or your health. Yes? They care about the money that it brings them, the tax and the revenue it brings to the government. So they would put advertisements, yes, for alcohol, for cigarettes, everything. Yes? But when Christmas comes, what do they say? Don't drink and drive. You see? In Islam, whatever is prohibited is not only good for the individual, but it's good for the society. Same thing with gambling. There are many, in fact, there was one of the players, one of the football players of England, Peter Shilton. He used to be a goalkeeper, a very famous goalkeeper. And he suffered from gambling for a very long time. Yes? And he had to go through a lot of suffering. And it wasn't easy for him to give it up. Yes? So even people who are rich and famous, once they fall into this pit hole, it's very difficult to come out of that. Again, like I said, Islam prohibits it. So not only good for the individual, but for the society. Because that gambling practice might impact his family who are not gambling. Yes, his children who are not gambling. It impacts them all. And then he starts borrowing from his friends because he wants to gamble more. He loses friends. He loses family. Same thing with alcohol. Yes, the effect goes so deep that you cannot even imagine. Yeah, if you go to the NHS, most of the treatment given are either to people who are indulged in alcohol directly or indirectly. Yes? So look, what I'm saying is that if we abide our life according to the will of God, then we will have not only peace in this world, but also in the hereafter. What is your understanding about life after death? Do you believe in it? Yeah? Oh yeah, you spoke about heaven. Do you think everyone goes to heaven? Everyone? What about the rapists and the murderers and the drug gangs, the drug dealers, all of them?
I don't know because I know that God has a law that is behind my comprehension.
Say again?
God has a law that is behind my human comprehension.
So is this answer from yourself or you think it's from God? From yourself? It can't be both. No. So it's yourself then. And my question was, yeah, that's fine, no problem. So yeah, I mean, anything you want to say before we conclude this discussion?
See you in heaven.
Inshallah, if you're a Muslim, may Allah give you hidayah and then we'll be in heaven Yes, inshallah. You got a copy of the Quran I noticed you had earlier. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, have a read through it. And yeah, keep the conversations open. And pray to God. That's the most important thing. You know, pray directly to God without any middleman. Like we don't pray through Jesus or through anyone. We pray directly to God. And I hope you are able to do that as well. Okay, thank you very much. Take care. Okay. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Give me a copy of this, yeah?
Yeah, inshallah.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll have to see a copy.
Make sure it's a good quality.
Yeah, this one is good quality.
Do you reduce the resolution? No. I think because you know when I bring it in
It's 720.
in Adobe Premiere, it becomes that small. So I think when you upload it, you reduce the. What do you say?
Which one is yours?
You need to go to
No,
16.
it's a setting you put.
You need to do what?
The resolution. Probably put it to small, isn't it?